The Curse of the Lost Pyramid is a terrifying tale hidden beneath the sands of Egypt. In the winter of 1922, Sir William Carter, a renowned British archaeologist, led an expedition into an uncharted section of the desert, where he discovered a pyramid unlike any other. It was half buried, as if the desert itself was trying to erase it from history. The locals refused to go near it, their faces filled with fear as they warned Carter and his team. This is no ordinary tomb. This is a prison. Whatever is inside was never meant to be disturbed. But Carter, driven by ambition, ignored their warnings. He had spent his entire life chasing the unknown, and now he was on the brink of uncovering a lost secret of ancient Egypt. Had he known what awaited him inside, he would have turned back that very moment. After days of excavation, Carter's team uncovered the entrance. But something was strange. The doorway wasn't just sealed. It was blocked by an enormous stone slab covered in hieroglyphs unlike any they had ever seen. Dr. Bernard Graves, Carter's closest colleague, examined the carvings, his hands trembling slightly. These symbols, they aren't warnings about grave robbers. They're incantations, sealing spells. The hieroglyphs spoke of an ancient high priest, a sorcerer who had once wielded dark magic so powerful that the pharaoh himself ordered him buried alive. His name had been deliberately scratched out from history, as if saying it aloud might bring him back. To those who enter, death will follow. Carter smirked. Superstitious nonsense, he muttered, and with a simple command, his workers began breaking through the entrance. As the stone door cracked open, a rush of hot, stale air escaped from within. The scent of decay and something far older than death filled their lungs. As they stepped inside, the air grew colder. Their torchlights flickered as they moved through the corridors. The walls were covered in carvings depicting shadowy figures with elongated limbs and hollow staring eyes. "Why do these figures look twisted?" whispered one of the men. Dr. Graves ran his fingers along the carvings, his face growing pale. "They weren't gods," he murmured. "They were prisoners." The deeper they went, the stronger the feeling of being watched became. More than once, Carter thought he saw something move in the corner of his eye, a shifting shadow that disappeared when he turned his head. Then they reached the burial chamber. At the center stood a massive stone sarcophagus, but unlike any they had seen before, it was wrapped in heavy iron chains. Silence filled the room. The chains were ancient but still intact, as if someone had gone to great lengths to ensure that whatever was inside could never leave. Dr. Graves hesitated. "William, this isn't normal. But Carter was already commanding his men to remove the chains. With a deep grinding noise, the sarcophagus lid was pushed aside. Inside, there was no ordinary mummy. Instead, there was a twisted corpse, its limbs bent in unnatural angles, as if it had been buried alive while trying to claw its way out. Its face was frozen in an eternal scream, and its empty eye sockets seemed to stare directly at them. Then, the torches went out. In the pitch-black chamber, the first sound was a whisper. It was not coming from any of the team members. It was ancient, low, crawling through the air like a serpent. Then suddenly, a scream. One of the workers collapsed, clutching his head. His body twitched violently, and then he went still. When Carter touched him, his skin was ice cold. His eyes were wide open, staring into nothingness. He was dead. Then another scream, and another. Shadows moved along the walls, stretching toward them with impossibly long fingers. Carter turned to run, but something grabbed his shoulder. Something unseen but cold as death. He couldn't breathe. A voice echoed inside his head. "You have broken the seal. Now we are free." The survivors ran, stumbling through the halls, their torches barely flickering to life. But the shadows followed. One by one, his men vanished, their screams cut off as if they had been swallowed by the darkness itself. Carter reached the entrance, gasping for air, but before he could step outside, a powerful sandstorm rose from nowhere. The wind howled like a chorus of lost souls. The sand buried the entrance within minutes, sealing the pyramid once more. But Carter had escaped, or so he thought. Weeks later, back in London, Carter sat in his study, staring at his reflection in the mirror. The man who stared back was not the same. His skin had grown pale, his eyes sunken and hollow. At night, he heard whispers in the darkness, voices calling his name. Dr. Graves never left his asylum cell. He spent his final years scratching strange symbols into the walls.